sign of the value accorded to each resource.
That's the song for Wanagiji.
We clean the seed out. We
Clean him out.
Eat it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That's great.
Lovely. Bit of cucumber, it's nice. Sweet. Really good.
Very refreshing. Very refreshing.
Thank you.
So what are we looking for here? Obviously, the plants will be different from Britain, though the techniques will be similar. But it's the mindset that will be most important when we're thinking about our own plants. This is the bush potato. It's everywhere. But as Pamela and the others test the ground, I'm wondering which are the right ones to select. Efficiency is everything to a hunter-gatherer society.
Other things I'd tell you that the bush potato is ready.
When there's a little crack in the ground, then sweet potatoes there.
Ah, right.
You see these ones here, roots going down. That means there's a sweet potato in there. Yes.
This is a sign of the times. Metal digging sticks have replaced wooden ones, but the women aren't using shovels. They know that their traditional techniques are still the best. You see how deep this hole is?
A long way down.
Can you imagine trying to dig that with a shovel or with a... It wouldn't work, would it? I'm watching Kevin. She's digging around the root, absolutely not tugging on it,
Right.
putting any pressure on it at all. There.
That's very
And
impressive.
the soil's still on it, so you can see how carefully she's cut around it. Noreen, we've had a pretty good morning, haven't we? We've got sweet potato, yellow, yeah, you call yellow. Wanakichi, which is the bush tomato, and yakatiri, yeah, nice one
Yellow
there.
one.
Yeah, the bush raisin, desert
Sort of like
raisin.
that.
Now, how did, in the old days, people know which was the most important of the foods to collect?
Because the way I learned from old people, I used to hunt around with old people. They used to take us out camping when I was around about 8 years old. I used to sit on with old people.
So the old people knew.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we came here. Working and living with such vibrant people is the perfect way to get the right mindset for our journey into our own hunter-gatherer past. This is cooking how I like it, at its direct, simple best. Try one of these. What do I do? Yeah. And take the skin off, yeah? Tell you what, we ought to get Gordon over, shall we? Get him to try. Where's Gordon? Gordon! Come and try some of this.
This is good.
Yeah, there's some here.
Take the skin off and just like we take the skin off from the potato from the shop. Just like that.
Oh, that's lovely. You won't like that, Gordon.
You can eat with the skin too.
That is delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Sweet and starchy and really...
It's better than potato.
It's a filling food, isn't it?
Tell you what, I don't think I'm going back to town. I think I'm going to stay here.
Please do something when you be on.
Times like this, it's nice to sit and contemplate I was thinking, all the times I've been here in Australia, I've spent most of my time with Aboriginal people, so I really don't know modern Australia at all. It's a strange thought, but despite that, I'd forgotten some simple things. I'd forgotten, for example, how important fire is to Aboriginal people. It doesn't matter where you take them, if you go and you stop just for an hour, they'll light a fire, because it gives them a sense of place. It's their way of establishing, this is our country. It's a social focus, a place to sit and tell stories and maintain their cultural traditions. Tremendously important. Hunter-gatherers travel light, making the tools they need along the way. So craft skills are just as important as plant knowledge. And for me, the most typical example of this is the creation of a boomerang. But not just any boomerang. Japaljarri has a very special one to show me.
Number 7. Boomerang might be number 7.
So that's the
Well,
shape.
like this.
That's the shape of boomerang you're gonna make.
Yeah.
You call that a number 7 boomerang.
Number 7 boomerang.
And what was that for?
Just fighting.
For fighting.
Number 7 on boomerang.
Fighting boomerang.
This is top ground, not really top ground. Make them a little bit clear, then have a look.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Ah,
And that's why I haven't come.
It's not something that's used these days, but it's a classic demonstration of the skill of people like Japaljarri. The shape is formed by the trunk and the root.
Come on. That's it. That'll be right.
It's the middle of the morning and not particularly cold, but of course Japaljarri wants a fire. He's not going to use it for the boomerang, it just gives him a sense of place. Put a fire here? Right here?
No, this way.
This way there?
Yeah.
Can I do some of that? Can I do some?
Yeah.
This whole culture is based on knowledge sharing, so Japaljarri is more than happy for me to help out. It absolutely typifies the generous nature of Aboriginal life.
Sometimes I got chainsaw.
Chainsaw?
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah. That's
You
cheating.
can't use a chainsaw. No. You can't tell me that while I'm sharpening the axe.
Yeah. I don't know, long time ago. Stone axe.
Stone axe, yeah.
Stone axe. Long time ago.
Long time ago. Cool. Did you, when you were a boy, did you know people who'd used the stone axe?
I seen them with my eye.
You've seen them with your own eye?
Yeah. And stone knife like this.
Yeah.
Like this. You know?
Huh.
Put the string on that way.
Yep.
And we call them that one.
Yeah.
Stone axe.
Stone axe.
Stone axe.
Hard work.
Yeah.
While I'm busy with Japaljarri, it's a chance for Gordon to reflect on his impressions of this area so far.
Compared to the deserts I've known before, like the Karakum Desert in Central Asia and Sahara in North Africa, this is a very different type of desert. Extraordinarily rich, not only in cover generally, it's much more vegetated, but also the diversity of edible things. Of course, this is partly because we've got the traditions still surviving here. And we know more about it through these experts, the Aboriginal peoples who still use these plants, like Japaljarri. If we had people like him still surviving in our area, in Europe, that would be fantastic. We've lost that knowledge. It's gone thousands of years ago. And so to be somewhere where this knowledge still persists, where the people who use these plants or whose parents or grandparents use these plants as their main means of survival, is an incredible privilege.
A coat of oil brings out the finish of the boomerang beautifully, but this one is not really for throwing. The most important thing is you have to tell me how this was used and why it's this shape. This goes